Hello everyone. Today we discuss on example number 5 of a building estimate, and today we estimate the total quantity of the excavation for foundation PCC 1:4:8 in a foundation, and third thing we discuss on a brick masonry in a foundation and a superstructure. So see this figure. In this figure, here dotted line, here this dotted line show the excavation boundary. Clear? So here 0.6 meter width of the excavation is given. Total length of the excavation is given 3 meter plus up to dotted line, and at the bottom side up to dotted line, and 2 meter for a short wall, and cross section part of the wall is given. So here 0.3 mm wall thickness is given, 3 meter height is given, 0.4 meter plus here 0.2 meter, so means total 0.6 meter height is given for a 0.4 meter width of the wall for a foundation work. And PCC work foundation is PCC work is given as a 0.6 meter in a width and 0.2 meter in a thickness, and PCC ratio is given 1:4:8. Now first we calculate the excavation for foundation. So first we started finding out the length of the wall. So this example is based on long wall short wall method. So first we find out the total length of the long wall. So see this figure. In this figure, total length of the long wall is given 3. So first we write here 3 plus, see this here, write with 3 plus, here difference between the 0.6 and 0.4 is a difference is a 0.2. So here 0.2 on a both the side. Clear? So in a one side 0.1 meter. So here dotted line to border of the foundation is a 0.1, and here dotted line to border of the foundation is a 0.1. So here we add a 0.1 for a both the time, means 2 times for a upper side this side and for the lower side this side. So here summation is a 0.1 plus 3 plus 0.1. So here 0.1 plus 3 plus 0.1, we got answer is a 3.2 meter. So here long wall length is a 3.2 meter. So here long wall is a total, only single wall is given. So here in a number we write 1. Length is given 3.2 meter. Now width for the excavation for the long wall, here dotted line width is given 0.6 meter. So exactly we write here 0.6 meter. Here height, depth or thickness. So in a height, depth or thickness, so here excavation always count in a depth. So here depth is excavation depth is a 0.2 for the PCC work and 0.2 for the brick work. So here total we add up 0.4 as a height for the excavation. Now we calculate the short wall. So here short wall part is this. See this cursor point. So here short wall part is this, but here this portion is already calculated in a long wall. So we calculated only for this part. Clear? So here 2 is already given in a figure. So we write here 2 minus width of the excavation is a 0.6. Clear? So only we calculated only this part. So here length we calculated for a short wall excavation is only for this part. So 2 minus 0.6. So 2 minus 0.6 is equal to 1.4 meter is a length of the short wall. So here in a figure, see this figure, in a figure only single wall is provided. So here we write a 1. Then after length we calculated as a 1.4 meter. Width is calculated 0.6 meter, and depth for the excavation is calculated 0.4. As per the figure we found out 0.4 meter tap. Now total quantity for the excavation for a long wall is a 0.768 and for the short wall 0.336 cubic meter. Now summation of the long wall and short wall 0.768 plus 0.336, both they are in a meter cube. Now summation of the both the value is a 1.104 meter cube is a total quantity of the excavation. And excavation always found in a meter cube. Now we find out the PCC work. So PCC work for a foundation. So here in a PCC work, same we calculated as a long wall and short wall. So here dotted line, here see this figure, dotted line show the PCC work for a foundation or a excavation border. Clear? So here width is a 0.6, length is for a long wall is a 3.2. We are already in a calculated in excavation and foundation. And here width is 0.6 for a short wall, and length we calculated from this point to this point is 1.4 meter. Now we calculated long wall, we are already calculated, but we also write here 3 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 is equal to 3.2 meter. Here number is a 1, so total length is a 3.2 meter, and width for the excavation is a 0.6. And here PCC work always count in the form of the thickness. So your thickness is given in a figure is a 0.2 meter. So write here only 0.2. Now we calculated short wall. So in a short wall, here total length is a 2 meter. So here write here 2 meter minus 0.6, because this part 0.6 meter by 0.6 meter already calculated in a long wall. So 0.6 is minus from the 2 is equal to 1.4 meter. Now here short wall is only single wall 1, length is a 1.4 meter, width is a 0.6, and thickness for the PCC work is given 0.2 meter. Now here total PCC work for the long wall is a 0.384 and for the short wall 0.168 meter, cubic meter. Now summation of the both the value of the 0.384 and 0.168 is a summation is a 0.552 meter cube. So it's a total quantity of PCC work required. Total quantity of the material required for the PCC work is a 0.55 meter cube. Now we calculated brick masonry in a foundation. So here brick masonry in a foundation divided into two parts. First is a brick masonry in a foundation up to plinth level, and second part is from the plinth level to at the end of the brickwork. So see this figure. First we calculated this part from the PCC to plinth level. We calculated width is a 0.4 and height is a 0.4 plus 0.2. Here 0.2 is not given, but we take a 0.2. Now length of the long wall. See this in a plan. Total length is a 3 meter is already given for the step 1. So here this part is a step 1 part. Okay. So here for a step 1 part for the long wall, length is given 3 meter in a figure. So only we write here 3 meter for the here total number of the length long wall is a 1, length is a 3 meter, width is already given in a section part is a 0.4, so write here 0.4, and height is given 0.4 plus 0.2. Here not given, but we take a 0.2. Now here total height for the step 1 is a 0.4 plus 0.2, so we write here 0.6 is meter is a height. Now we take a step 2 for a brickwork. So from the plinth level to height of the wall up to end of the wall height. So here height is 3 meter, width is a 0.3 and length we calculated from the plan. So here for a 0.4 meter width, length is given 3 meter. So we calculated for a 0.3 meter width, we calculated length is a 3 minus offset. Offset here 0.05 and here 0.05. So how to find the offset 0.05? So a difference between the 0.4 and 0.3 is a 0.1. So here 0.1 is a total difference for both the side. So half side is a 0.05 and this side is a 0.05. Same here, this side is a 0.05 and left side is a 0.05. So here for a step 2, 3 minus, we write here 0.05 minus 0.05. So here total length is we find out 2.9 meter as a total length. Clear? So here same here only single long wall is given. So here for a single long wall write here 1 as a long wall, length is a 2.9 meter, width is already given in a section part as a 0.3 meter. So write here 0.3 and height is given in a section part is a 3 meter. So write here 3. So here total quantity of the brickwork for a long wall for a step 1 0.4 meter width this one, and for a 0.3 meter width this one. So this part is calculated. Now we calculated for the short wall. So for the short wall, first we calculated the total length of the short wall. So here first we calculate the length of short wall. So here only this part is calculated as a short wall. Now here short wall length is already given, 2 meter length is already given in a figure. Clear? So here write here 2 meter. Then after we minus this part from the dotted line to inner border of the 0.4 meter width. So here this portion is a 0.1 meter. 0.1 meter because here 0.6 and 0.4. So here difference is a 0.2. So this offset is a 0.1 and this offset is a 0.1. So here this offset we calculated 0.1 and also we minus this offset as a 0.1. So here 2 times minus 0.1 minus 0.1. Clear? Then after we minus the 0.4 meter as a width from this corner point to this point, because this part is already calculated in a long wall. So here also we minus 0.4. Now total length is a 2 minus 0.1 minus 0.1 minus 0.4. So here 2 minus 0.6 is a 1.4 meter as a length. Clear? So 1.4 meter is a length of the short wall. So from this point to this point. Clear? So here total number of the wall is given 1, length is a 1.4 meter, width is a 0.4 already given in a section part because we calculated step 1 for a brickwork. So here 0.4 and then after height is a 0.6. Now we calculated step number 2 for the 0.3 meter 0.3 meter width and 3 meter height brickwork. So here 1.4 meter length is calculated for this part. Now here this portion is already calculated, calculated. So here directly we negative the part as a 1.4 minus this portion. This offset is a 0.05 because here difference of the 0.4 and 0.3 is a 0.1. So here offset is a 0.05 and here this side 0.05. So here only single side this offset is V negative. Take a negative 0.05. So here answer we got a 1.35 meter. So a total number of the wall for the short wall is a 1. Length is a 1.35. We are already calculated in this portion. Width is a, we calculated 0.3 meter width wall. So here we write here 0.3, and height is we put here 3 meters. So here we put 3 meter. So total quantity is a 1.215. Now here total quantity of the brickwork for the long wall step 1 and 2. Here this one is a step 1 and this one is a step 2. Same here for the short wall, we calculated first long wall and then after short wall step 1 and 2. Now total summation of the all the values 0.72, 2.61, 0.336 and 1.215. So total summation we got a 4.881 meter cube. So it's a total quantity of the brickwork. Now we easily calculated in a 1 meter cube 500 bricks are required. So for the 4.881 meter cube, how many bricks are required? So we easily calculated the total number of bricks required in a estimation. Thank you.